Hi, I'd like to go over the features of QuickTime Player for those who want to record their maths lessons on QuickTime Player. Many of us have Apple Macs. QuickTime Player is already installed, and I've found that it's really easy to use once you know a few things and get over the learning curve. It saves really quickly, and it's really good for both YouTube videos and Google Classroom. Now you can include part of your screen or your whole screen, it's up to you. You can include yourself in the video, as I'm doing here. There is no time limit on QuickTime Player. It can be paused really easily, and it's really easy, once you know a few tricks, how to trim the ends, trim your clips, and actually add videos together. So if you're doing something and you've recorded for a couple of minutes, made a mistake, no problem, just keep going and you can get rid of that mistake later. Now I use it to make videos using OneNote for maths. OneNote is great for uploading questions and exam papers, writing over them, on them, unrolling the learning steps very slowly for the students as you wish. But I've learned many of these things on QuickTime Player in the last couple of days during lockdown, so I thought that I would share them with you here. Right, so here we go. This is the icon for QuickTime Player. So when you click on QuickTime Player and hold it down, you'll get an option, New Movie Recording. So click on the New Movie Recording. So that's what we want. We want the float on top, and that will put your screen down here, and you can move it. You can adjust, decrease the size of your screen, and then you shift it into a corner where you want it. That will make your picture come up. You don't have to use that, of course. You can just depersonalize it and not have that first option. Then when you go back to QuickTime Player and hold it down again, you notice that New Movie Recording is not available. We want to record what's on our screen. So go to New Screen Recording. You'll get this box pop up, and so when you click on the red button there, you then get the next one. Click to record the full screen and drag to record part of the screen. So I actually only want to go in this area here, from here through to here. So I want all this area, and so I just make sure I do that. I've put these marks on my Mac so I can operate outside what is being recorded on the screen. Quite a handy little feature. So it's just the way I do it, so I know which part of the screen I'm recording. That comes from experience of doing that. All right, so you click to drag your screen. So here I've dragged part of my screen, and then it will start recording when I hit that button, and I'm only recording this area. I have the rest of my screen outside where I can operate and I can manipulate there. Now this is important. There's an escape key. That's the top left of your keyboard. Don't forget to press the escape key, because that brings up this little dialog box here. When that little dialog box comes up, that means you can pause it easily. Otherwise, it's hard to pause, and you don't know where to pause it. That dialog box sometimes needs to be clicked to be activated. If it's not on the top of your screen, then you click it once to activate it. Now, how you pause is best to use the Option spacebar. That will pause the video. So by pushing Option spacebar, it looks like that. When you've got that red button there, your video is paused, and you just press the spacebar to start recording again. And then when you're finished recording, you just click that red button. It'll be a black button, then click it, you close it, and you save it, and then you're done. Now you might want to edit, as I'm going to have to do because I made a little mistake, so I'm going to go back and edit part that you won't see. So here's editing. And when you go to view, we want to, this one here, show clips. So you click on show clips, and it gives you this bit. You push that play button to wherever you want to start or cut out. So what we do here is we then go under edit button. I have to split the clip, right? So when you split the clip, you get that little gap there. Then you can go back and you can play again. And then you go back to edit, and you can split the clip again. So that will split it into two parts. So see, I've now split this clip here, and I can edit that out and remove it. And that's what you do. You make sure it's highlighted, you press the backspace, and that disappears. So you end up, and this bit here has now disappeared, and the bit to the right is now over to the right. There's the bit to the left, it's to the left. So that's how you split the clip, and you can trim the ends similar way. Here it goes, trim, Control T, and you'll get this dialog box, this little box, and it's this handle here that you need to move in. So when you move that handle, you put it to where you want, and then you can click the trim button, and that will save it. Before you move the yellow handle, the trim button is unavailable for you to click. Then you can also add clip to an end. If you put add clip to an end, then that will take you, you can upload another video and you can add to the end of that. This is what I've done here. I've got add clip to an end. So there's my first two, and I've put a whole new video in here, and it's just tagged it onto the end of the video I made. Then you save it. It'll come as untitled, so you've got to save it. So I've called this trial 2, save it as trial 2, and that's different from your original one. So that's how you edit, and QuickTime Player is really, really good for this. I've used OneNote for this, and with OneNote, so if you want to have a OneNote tutorial, YouTube channel is called Infinity Plus One. He's the former head of department at Ormiston Senior College. Scroll down to playlist, there'll be a title, Rest of Randoms for Teachers, and look at the OneNote how to use. He's done an excellent job there, and that will help you to learn how to use OneNote to make some excellent tutorials. It often helps if you have a write-on feature. Now Apple Macs don't have it, so I'll show you what I use. So here I'm using a Huion pen tablet. This is this one here, which acts as a write-on screen, and I can then write on my OneNote. So that's what it looks like. I got that from PV Technologies, around about $150, I think, something like that, close to that amount. I want to thank Ormiston Senior College for paying for that for me. And so, well, it actually belongs to them. So that's how you can use QuickTime Player. Really good for making videos, especially if you know how to use OneNote. Thank you. I hope you found that helpful.